Hello viewers. Today I wanted to discuss on different variants of coronavirus which are coming and causing infections. We decided to study about immunology and how immunology can be simplified. In this lecture, I want to continue with the protection that immune system offers and different kind of enemies in form of pathogens or our own cells become our enemies come and start attacking us. So every student or those who are interested in immunology should know that how enemies are designing themselves and how our own immune system, that is our system which is going to protect us from this enemy, is functioning. So this slide is very common and I have presented it in my other presentations also, that coronavirus has these special proteins, and these proteins itself are antigens which are going to cause problem to the host where they are entering. So these proteins are common and present in whole family of coronaviruses. When we talk about SARS-2, this is a computational image of SARS-2, that is severe acute respiratory virus COVID-2. In this, you see uh, a receptor binding protein, that is receptor binding domain of spike protein, and you see this is hidden, this part is hidden, while other spike proteins are sugar coated. This is sugar coated, and this spike proteins can flip flop, can bend like a hip, knee and ankle. This spike protein has a characteristic feature: it can bind, it can bend, it can swap. So this provides a flexibility to this virus, and this spike protein can be studied in two subunits, S1 subunit and S2. This S1 subunit is important because this is the one which is going to bind to the host cell receptors, ACE receptors, angiotensin converting enzyme receptors will be there, and this will be holding hands with that enzyme. Here you can see in this slide that this ACE2, this is the host cell, our own cells which are present in lungs and nose and upper respiratory system. This ACE cells, which are important for physiology of our body, but this virus fools this ACE cells, and this ACE cells which are present on the, which adorns the respiratory system, airways and lungs of our body. These ACE cells present on these lungs and airways of our body will receive this virus, and this ACE cells will bind with the spikes which were sugar coated, while this S1 region, S1 subunit will be bound here. And then these enzymes which are present, TMRPS, TREMS enzymes, which are present in host human cell itself, this enzyme will make a cut in the S2 region. And when this spike protein is cut, the hydrophobic amino acids nearest, which are in the present in the virus, will attach themselves to the host cell, and this way the RNA will be pumped into the host cell. And this viral RNA, when enters inside the host, it captures the whole machinery of the host cells, and only the tagged RNA, that is the virus RNA, will be multiplied, and it will not allow the host to do its own function, and thus it will fool the immune cells, and it will not it will replicate, the virus is replicating, and cell, a host cell, that is our body cell, start following the instructions of virus, and the RNA, messenger RNA, mRNA of virus start directing our, captures RNA of the host cell and start directing the cell to do all what that virus wants, and thus the virus number increases, and it goes to different parts of the body. There are different corona variants which are named as alpha, beta, gamma, and these epsilon, theta, zeta, and the new one which is coming is Omicron. While alpha, beta, and delta, these were some variants which were variants of concern, while mu, R1, these are variants of interest. There's a difference in definition of variants of concern and variants of interest. WHO has defined them and has given a definition. In case of variants of interest, these are the ones which have to be studied and can cause problems in later stages or in after some time. But while various of concerns have to be looked more into, have to be studied fast because they are causing more problem. So that is the difference between variants of concern and variants of interest. While this Omicron, that is Omicron is making a lot of news, and as I'm delivering this lecture, a lot many cases of Omicron is coming all over the world. Now, what are the points of concern? What we have to look into as immunologists is that we know that there is spike protein which is fooling us, which get into different dresses, that it unfolds itself. If strictly speaking in chemistry languages, it develops a different folds, different chemical compositions, and thus it fools our cells. And this is the spike protein is the key protein which is helping to dock to the cells, our human cells. These spike proteins are the ones which were targeted for vaccines, and vaccines were made as the spike protein is like it's the introduction of spike protein inside the cell, so that we know that immune cells, phagocytic cells, are not functioning against these viruses, because these viruses are directly entering into the cell respiratory cells, and there they are fast multiplying fast, and they are fooling our immune cells. And once when their number increases, and then immune cells come to know about them, so instead of protection, it causes a cytokine shower, and the cells start killing its own cells also, because of that shower of cytokines rushing of all interferons and everything. Gives a different message to our immune cells, and our immune cells start killing them. So when these spike proteins were introduced to our body in form of vaccines were given, and in vaccines, target was spike protein of virus was the target, whether it's Pfizer mRNA vaccine, that was also introducing a kind of spike protein to our body, and that our body cells, humoral response, that means B cells antibodies are introduced to that, and they are B cells antibodies are neutralizing antibodies also. They go and attack that spike protein, comes to know about that spike protein, and our body is introduced, and our immune system start functioning against that protein, and know the exact composition of enemy. So these vaccines were to know about the exact what enemy will be coming, and our antibodies are prepared and roaming, patrolling in our body. So what vaccines were doing? When vaccines were introduced inside the body, B cells were introduced to them, and B cells were ready to take up the call. So if a person who's gets infected soon after vaccination, so their antibodies are roaming, and it will just quickly eliminate it. It will know that this friendship, ACE friendship, should not be developed. Spike protein and ACE friendship should not be developed. It will kill the pathogen itself. And if a person becomes infected months after vaccination, then the B cell memory B cells are also patrolling, and they can kill. So there is some memory also against this virus, as well as if an infection is there during a person has just got vaccinated, then there's enough antibodies can come and attack. Because they have been previously introduced that such kind of enemy will be coming. Now, when new variant is coming, that means new variant has mutations, and there are mutations, that means folds and chemical composition of spikes has been changed. So now our concern is three points we have to look into. One is transmissibility, second is pathogenicity, and the vaccines which we have given, how they are going to work. So talking about transmissibility, about Omicron is spike protein of Omicron is much better at helping the virus to enter human cells. That means this spike proteins are more friendly with human cell, and it is getting inside this human cell faster than Delta or other variants. So this shows that transmissibility is high in this case, as the data and the papers which I have gone through has suggested till date. While talking about pathogenicity of Omicron is that it generally the disordered areas of viral protein are linked to viral pathogenicity. As many as disordered areas are there, there will be more pathogenicity, more infectivity in that virus. So as we go through the computational morphology of Omicron, it has less disordered area as compared to Delta and Alpha. Since it has less disordered area, it seems it will be less severe, less pathogenic, and few studies have been conducted, still in the preliminary stages, on mice and hamsters, and even on the tissues, human tissues. And that studies have showed that this Omicron is causing less damage to lungs and as compared to other variants, but it is limited to upper airways, and this upper airways includes nose, throat, and windpipe. So it's not going to lungs, and it's not going to lungs. That is why it is not that severe or not causing that breathing problem which were there in case of Delta and other variants. While the major symptoms reported about Omicron is muscle aches, fatigue, scratchy throat, night sweats. These are the symptoms reported till now. Now, when we were talking about vaccines, so there are vaccines which we have already got 2 doses of vaccines, which many people have already taken, and who have not taken, they should please go for these vaccines. They should not stay away from it, because vaccines may have varying level of effectiveness. That means it may protect, it may be effective for certain population, but vaccines, those who have taken vaccines are protecting others also from infection, because they are the ones who are stopping the virus there and then itself. So if you have taken vaccines, then there is chances of your protection, and researches are going on that if this virus can fool our antibodies which are already existing, the booster dose may help, they may remind, because till now this virus can be detected by RT-PCR. That means still the infection portion is remaining there. It can be detected by RT-PCR. If it can be detected by RT-PCR, then that means our that RNA composition, the vaccines which we have taken, can be still effective. So taking a vaccine can protect, but not taking a vaccine is not a good idea. So getting vaccinated is very important. Secondly, wearing mask is, as we have seen, that studies have shown that transmissibility is high in this case. So suggestion would be, like last time we were protected with cloth mask, but this time if possible, we should get good mask and N95 mask. Transmissibility is high, so those people who are going in crowded area can have a better mask. But though if you can avoid going to crowds and keep a distance, that will be we should avoid partying. So this new variant is as till date the studies are suggesting is less severe, less pathogenic, but infection rate is high. This is all I want to talk about today. Thank you so much.